The form of the Big Blue Power Hammer is made of tubing and plate, while the anvil and the head are both solid steel. The remainder of the hammer is made up of 3 hollow chambers. We recommend, once you have the hammer in place, filling it with sand. This leaves the hammer light for shipping and moving, and then once in place, adds substantial weight to the hammer. Today we will talk about how to fill those chambers with sand, and how this will make your hammer stronger, hit harder, and run quieter. The hammer should have 3 holes covered with metal or plastic caps, one located on the top back of the hammer, one under the main hoses of the hammer on the top, and one behind the anvil on the lower section of the hammer. Once you have found the caps, you can fill them with sand to the top. You can fill these chambers with almost anything, but we use play sand. Play sand has been washed so that it doesn't have lime in it, and while we have never had a problem with it, the lime in the right conditions could cause your hammer to rust some on the inside. We like to use a large funnel and a small bucket to pour the sand in rather than lifting an 80-pound bag, but if you are filling a 110 or 155 power hammer for the first time, you may need to put 8 to 10 bags of sand in it, 5 to 6 for a 65 hammer. At this point, it would be a good idea to get a friend to help pour the sand out of the bag. As you approach the top of the fill hole, you could push the sand about with a stick to fit more in, or you could simply put the cap back on and run the hammer for a couple of hours. The sand will settle flat and consolidate the space it takes up. In fact, this process will continue for years, and you may want to top off the sand every week for the first month, and then about every 6 months after that. Of course, if you want to make your hammer light again, how do you get all of the sand out of there? Check for a link in the description below. Thanks, and subscribe to keep up with what is new with Blue.